Well, let's see if we can do this again. We've been pretty lucky so far. It's time for Tost N Jam, weekly podcast presented by Valley City State University and broadcast from the beautiful Road Science Center. We're in the broadcast booth or the room. I'm Tim Ost. On air name, easy for me to say. On air name is Toast. Been that forever. And we have another old radio broadcaster, Paul McCall. See, I can't talk.
It's a good thing you don't talk for a living.
You know, the weather's not warm enough. I can't talk. My partner, Paul McDonald, he's the jam on this.
Yes. Get you out of them many times. Jams.
Yeah, you
yes,
have.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're
Appreciate
welcome.
that.
Welcome. Yes.
We have another great show lined up today. Going to talk about Valley City State University setting another enrollment record for the 2026 spring semester. Just keep going. And we're going to talk with Brady Matheny. Is that right?
Matheny.
Matheny.
Yeah.
Okay, Brady. We're going to talk to him about that. He's also one of the track coaches. And we're also going to chat with another track coach, and that is Laquone Robinson. I got that right?
Hello. Yes, you did.
Yeah, okay.
Spot on.
Hey, spot on. We're getting through this thing. I said we're going to make it through. Before we do that, let's catch up with some of the local sports, if there was any. Been a lot of postponements. Why can't I talk
Do you
this
want me
morning?
to take it from
Would
here
you
for a
take
while
over,
while
please?
you give your tongue a rest there? Yeah, a lot of postponements both on the high school and college levels. We'll just start off with baseball. For the Highlanders, they were supposed to be at New Rockford Cheyenne today. That's been postponed until next week.
How about next year?
Next year, no. Baseball team is supposed to play Carrington at home on Friday, their home opener, but we'll wait and see. It is still on the schedule. Speaking of track, junior high and boys and girls track for today have been canceled for the Highlanders. The varsity was at Concordia. The junior high was going to be at Hannah, though they have been canceled. Softball, they were going to be at Enderlin on Thursday. That's been postponed until next Friday. And also for West Fargo boys and girls track, they are scheduled to be at West Fargo Cheyenne on Friday. Still hoping, but we'll wait and see because we're going to talk about what's going on in Fargo this weekend coming up here with VCSU track. On the VCSU front, baseball, they split with Dakota State on Monday. 36-degree game time temperature.
Can you believe they played?
I'm surprised they did, but they did.
Oh.
And a good thing they did. Vikings split. They got a walk-off win in Game 1, scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th to win 6-5, then lost 3-2 in Game 2. They will continue that series with Dakota State today. They're scheduled to be on the road also this weekend. Softball, we're supposed to play yesterday. That got postponed to next Monday. They are scheduled to play at Bismarck State Wednesday. Looks like Bismarck, it was going to be nice weather-wise on Wednesday. Then they have a home series coming up this weekend with Dickinson State. We'll wait and see. Track, they were supposed to be on the road. Well, they had Al Bortke was supposed to be this weekend, and that got canceled.
Yep.
Now you're at the NSU Spring Invite this weekend. We'll talk about that here in a moment with Coach Robinson and Matheny. And that gets you caught up. Golf starts. They go to Mitchell, South Dakota to get the season in. So
Probably get it in.
they'll get it in. They'll be at the DW Invite on Sunday and Monday to get the golf season underway. So there you have a quick look at what's going on with local sports.
That's kind of down in the banana belt anyway, so they should be able to play that.
Right.
Yeah. Other sports, end of the road for March Madness. Ended last night. Who picked Michigan? Did any of you guys?
Austin.
Oh,
Austin and his
What
dad.
are you doing? How do you pick Michigan?
As an Ohio State fan, that kind of hurts a little bit. So.
Yeah, well,
That hurts. That does hurt.
I had Houston and Arizona. I was way off.
My two teams lost in the first round.
Anyway, Michigan beats UConn 69-63 for the men's final. The women, it was UCLA. UCLA and South Carolina in that final. But UCLA
Big Ten
first
schools.
ever, huh?
2 Big Ten schools.
Yeah, 2 Big Ten schools.
And actually, when Indiana winning the national championship, 3 Big Ten schools in 3 of the major
Right,
sports.
right.
Yeah. For sure.
Big Ten is still alive.
Wow.
Yep.
Everybody thought they were done, but they're alive. Twins continue their cold weather season. They won yesterday, though.
Yep, 7-3.
7-3 over Detroit. And we'll see if they can't continue that as the week goes on. They're 4-6 as we speak today.
Thank goodness they're in this division. They're only a game and a half out of first.
They say, the Central's going to be a little weak this year?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get some of those. We need Buxton. Get going. Man, the Buck is not doing it right now, but he will. Let's talk some Valley City State University track and field. We've got the two track coaches here today, Laquone Robinson, Brady Matheny. Who's going to go first?
The head man.
Head man right there. Right. Okay, well, let's... By the way, thank you for joining us on Toast N Jam here. And how about giving us a little background, first of all? You've been here longer than I think a lot of people think.
Yeah. First of all, thanks for having us here.
Yeah.
So I've been here since 2019.
Okay. How about a little background?
So I'm from Minneapolis. Went to Brooklyn Center High School. Went to Morehead State. I actually went there for wrestling and track, but I got there and saw the wrestlers and was like, these guys are crazy. And they're
it's a different breed.
Yes. Yep. So wrestling's actually my favorite sport.
Okay.
Not a lot of people know that, but I was a wrestler in high school in Minnesota. But ended up doing track and field there. Was a walk-on. Graduated there in 2013.
Okay.
Then I actually played football for 1 year.
Okay.
So I graduated. I had a semester left, and they're like, "Hey, you want to come out?" And football ends in the fall, so that worked out. Those are grown men out there, and being 165 pounds, getting hit is not fun. So I wouldn't recommend that for most, because taking 4 years off of football and then coming back in college it's not fun getting hit, and because you're not used to it, and they're fast and strong.
And a lot safer in track.
Yes. But it was fun. So then after that, I actually went to Augustana University in Sioux Falls. And then I went there for my GA. So I was GA there for 2 years.
Okay.
And then I came back to Morehead State as a full-time coach there for sprints and hurdles.
Cool.
So yeah.
And here you are.
And now, yep.
Wow.
So
7 years? 7 years at VCSU?
7 years, yep.
Yeah. Man, where does
So, yeah.
that time go?
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, are we officially in the outdoor season, or would you rather be back in the indoor season?
We're officially outdoors, but I kind of like indoor season better because you know you're going to have a meet for the most part.
Yeah.
But we've had 2 meets so far this outdoor season, which is good for us because normally we don't know what we're going to have for outdoors. So it's nice to have 2 meets in.
How many meets did you have in indoor?
6, 7?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we had 2 in December, and then coming back we had 5 weekends, so 5, and then we had conference.
Were you happy with that, with the performance in
Yes.
the indoor?
Yes. We're a very young team. So just getting the experience of running indoors, a lot of high school athletes don't run indoor season. And just a long season, they're used to 2 months of running, where we train for 2 months, and then we get to our indoor season. So just trying not to have them burn out and change things up is the biggest thing as freshmen, and they start to understand once they get older why we're doing certain things.
So where are you stronger, track or on the field?
For men's side, I would say field.
Okay.
Our jumps squad is pretty good. And then on the women's side, I would say it's a mix of both.
Okay, and maybe some of the leaders on the teams, who do you look for?
So for leaders, I would say we don't have anyone that really sticks out, but they all hold each other accountable, is what I would say. So we kind of do a captain's thing, but not really. I took that away. We do more of, I would just say, leadership group of who's going to step in and basically guide the team. So I would say overall is they hold each other accountable.
Okay.
If someone's late, they let them know. They pick what's going to happen with the group, and they do it as a team because we're a team. If someone's down, they pick each other up. So more of a leadership for the team.
Do we have any national qualifiers at this time?
As of right now, we do not, but we do have a few who have a chance. That's just going to come down to weather. So, sorry, Paul. It's
Yeah.
going to be a mess, but we are going to be finding different, I guess, meets the sea. So we might be traveling some more, and it might be like 2 to 3 athletes traveling just so they can find a meet. And that's, some people say it's not a team sport, but I would say that we are. But we also, for individuals, if they're at that level, we're going to find meets to make sure that they're getting in so they can qualify.
Any meets at home this year?
Yes, we have one on the 21st. That's our twilight. And then we also host a high school meet on the 23rd, so Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay. What about expectations?
Have fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go out there and smile. I always preach to them is I don't need a PR that day. I just need your all. So if your all is that distance, that time, that's okay. Don't put yourself down, and let's continue to grow and get better.
What about the conference? Who's the kingpin?
Who
Who do you look to?
Dickinson right now, they won indoors for men and women. Dakota State was right there. And then you have your Montana and Carroll. And then there's a group after them. And our goal is to continue to grow and get up to there. We know that we're not going to be top 3 right now, but what can we do? How can we gain points to gain up on them in the next 2 to 3 years?
What do you look for in a high school athlete when you're recruiting? I know you do the cross-country thing too.
Yep.
You must be recruiting all year long. I mean, you're always looking at someone out there. Who do you look for?
Yeah. So the first question I always ask athletes, are you competitive? Because if you're not competitive, this is not the place for you. You're not going to be on the team just to say you're on a college sport. So when I ask that question, I'm hoping they say that they are. Because if you are competitive, you're going to give your all in the classroom, on the track, every day in life.
Mm-hmm.
So we ask for that. We also look at their times and distance and stuff, but we want to see improvement. We don't want to see just one good performance and then like what happened to that athlete. We want to see the progression. All right, when they're a 9th grader, what happened? Now they're 10th, 11th. Are they progressing or are they going backwards? If they're going backwards, were they injured? Can we work through those injuries? And just good people, good person,
Yeah.
human being. That's something that we really preach. And then someone who cares about academics as well.
How far back do you go? When do you start looking at a kid in high school?
So for track is a little different and gender is different. Your women are going to peak earlier.
Okay.
So when they do peak, are they staying where they are or are they going backwards? So we're looking for that, or are they improving? And then for our men, they wait till they're about 20, so about junior year in college. So we're seeing if they're improving too. So I guess we start, I'll say junior year.
Okay.
You don't want to start too early because we want to see their times improve.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of other sports start recruiting a lot earlier, but for track, they don't commit until their senior year, and that's most of the time in the fall. So it's hard to talk with someone for 2 years if they're a sophomore, because if they do hit a certain time, well, we have a lot of Division I, Division II schools around here. If they just call and be like, hey, we want you, that's where they're going to go because we're NAI and not a lot of people know about Valley. So it's interesting recruiting. Even in Fargo, they don't even know about Valley City. They're like, what? You have a team? So I find that very interesting,
Yeah, so
especially
do
where the team is at right now and how we're improving. And
Mm-hmm.
we have All-Americans every year and stuff, but they still don't know that we have a track team. So we're just going to keep putting our name out there.
And you know, springtime, and we get a spring like this, how do you keep them in shape? How do you get meet ready?
Yep.
You know, you can't go outside. Where do you go indoors? Or what do you do indoors?
So we're blessed that Concordia lets us go there on Tuesday nights.
Okay.
So we go there at 7 on Tuesdays. And then Winter Show is where we practice at.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so gets interesting because half of them can't breathe. So, but we do that because we need to get better and stuff, and it just takes time. But as of right now, it's kind of funny that you asked that because I just got off the phone with my best friend. He coaches at Gustavus in Minnesota, and it's cold there. So I was like, all right, I had this workout planned. This is not going to work because it's too cold. What did you guys do? So we talked about workouts, and I just changed the workout for the 4th time because the weather keeps changing. And so you just have to be adaptive and don't complain. Just figure out a way. And then when we're positive, the athlete's going to be positive too.
Perfect.
So you can't show them like, this sucks. We know that it sucks, but we also got to make sure that we're being positive and helping them.
And look where you'll be next year in that big new Thurlson facility.
Yes.
Be able to work in there too. That'll be big.
Oh,
big.
yes. We're excited, and that's going to help all groups, sprints, jumps, hurdles. The throws, the distance, we can all work in there. So that's gonna help the program out a lot.
Oh, big time. Brady, we're going to go over to Brady now,
Okay.
Matheny, the field coach. And
One of them.
maybe a little background, Brady, first of all.
Yeah, so, I'm originally from Lisbon, North Dakota. I came here as a freshman. Originally was thinking, football, kind of what I was looking into. History education major. And then, I did football. My football career didn't go as I planned it to be, didn't go so well. But I still stuck it out my 5 years. But then going into my 3rd year, I'm like, I kind of miss track. Like I did that in high school. It was something I was passionate about. It was something very fun. And I talked to the coach at the time. They asked me to join, and I did. And it was, for me, it was kind of like a redemption. Like my college career didn't go where I wanted to be. Then I used track as kind of my, prove that I belonged here. I got in the track team. I did pretty well my first year. Then going into my 2nd year, Laquone came. Kind of had a half a season because of COVID came and did that. And well, then I graduated in December of 20. So you're not going to find a teaching job halfway through the semester. So I went back and did my, my painting and drywalling job I did when I was a student, and came into it. And then Laquone, he's like, "Hey, do you want to be a GA?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." Because like track gave me so much. Kind of rebuilt my confidence in myself and what I'm able to do. Then I got into that, and the rest is history. I've been doing track here for 5 years.
Cool.
Then working enrollment for about 3.
So
I stuck around.
So what events did you do in high school?
Well, shot and discus.
Shot and discus, of course. Okay.
Yep.
No javelin?
I tried a little bit, but my coach was like, "You don't really got the body style for it." And he set me a goal. He's like, "If you hit this at the first meet, we'll keep you at Jav." And
Okay.
I didn't do that. So
And in high school, you do a lot of things. Did you do any running events too, or?
throwers relay, no.
Yeah,
Other than that, no.
that's always fun.
Yeah. Nobody has time to wait for me to run the finish line. So
Well, and it's kind of neat too, though. You have 2 coaches, one taking care of the running and one taking care of the field events, and that kind of splits the duties up. And you're strong at those events anyway, so you can help a lot with the kids.
yeah, it took a little bit of learning because going into it, I knew shot and discus because that's what I did in
Yeah.
high school. I wasn't, I wasn't as good at those as I thought I was. When I got some decent coaching into it, but then learning hammer and learning the weight throw, 2 things that you didn't do in high school. So, I did that for like a year and a half, and then going into coaching it, I did a lot of research to make sure I'm comfortable enough in those events, which hammer and weight were my favorite ones. Once I got into them, I learned to love those events so much. So, learning that and getting more confident in what I'm telling my athletes because, it's something new. I want to have the confidence to tell them, like, "Hey, this is something you've never done before, but this will get you there," and it's kind of fun that way, teaching new things instead of breaking old habits.
Can you practice outside?
Yeah, we
In
have a
this kind of
racquetball
weather?
room. Depending on, our new throws area, it gets pretty nice out there. Got some more room for drills, but when it's too cold out, we'll go to the racquetball room in the bubble. So, it's what we've been doing for a while. When I was competing here, we actually did the winter show too, but there were some things happened, broke some lights and had some issues. Kind of got us kicked out. But
They broke too many things. So
yeah,
we got banned for a year, and then I was like, all right, if the runners can come back, and can we come back, and the throwers can. So that's how we got back into the winter
Nice.
show. But
Right.
they broke a lot of lights.
You just can't have nice things, can you?
no, not with throws around.
No. And Coach, for you, when you look at it, you've got Kendra and you got Brady that work with your throwers. You've got Greg that works with your distance runners.
Yeah.
Jaden works with your jumpers for the most part, and then
high jump and pole.
high jump and pole vault, and then you have sprints and hurdles. How easy is that, or fun for you as a head coach to have quality people like that taking care of those disciplines where then you can focus on your thing and those 3 or 4 people can do what they're doing?
It's really nice. It lets me do all of my daily stuff that I need to as a head coach, and also just trusting them that they're going to be taking care of the athletes. And I couldn't do this without them, so I'm very blessed. And just going back to, I know we talked about the recruiting all year and stuff, but I just want to give a shout out to the Kendra Odegaard. She's put in tons of hours finding different ways to help us find athletes and get them here. I haven't had that since I've been here, so having someone on my staff now who's going to the next level and pushing her limits to get athletes here has helped us a lot.
And a national qualifier thrower, and I mean, she's got the pedigree to really tell people what needs to be done.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Back to the recruiting thing too. Is there a hotbed out there for you where you've gotten a lot of athletes here in the past? Would you say,
So it's
or is
kind
it
of a
coming from
mix.
everywhere?
I'll say it's a mix.
Okay.
And honestly, like, when you look at our distance team, we only had 2 from North Dakota. The rest from Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Montana. And that just going back to North Dakota area, not just knowing who Valley is. So we keep trying to go to meets and stuff. And it's also, our team is not where it needs to be. So we're trying to find those athletes who are going to help us build the program to where we need to go. And that's getting harder and harder. They want to go to places where the team is already good and they can just join. So we are looking for those athletes who want to come and help us building it to the next level. So we're going to continue to keep looking for those. And I think we have a few on the team. Now we just have to just keep trying to find some more who's willing to come help us build.
And looking at Valley City State, we'll get to the growth thing here too. A growing college, a lot of things happening here on this campus, a lot of buildings, a lot of great staff. That attracts athletes as well.
Yes.
And hopefully that'll help your program grow too.
Yes.
And the indoor facility is going to help.
Oh,
in
that's going to be
recruiting
that.
too.
Oh, yes.
That itself is going to be a great recruiting tool for track.
Yes. It's going to help with training too a lot. So that's you're going to see some big jumps.
Yeah.
Next year. So I am very blessed to have my staff because some programs don't have that. So I'm grateful every day for that.
Yeah. That new facility is going to be good for not only one but all the sports
Yes.
teams on Valley City, and you get those double athletes too. Hey, I want to play football. Do you take those? Will
Yes,
you
we do.
take?
Yep.
Okay.
And that's more on. Again, I can be blunt sometimes, but that's more, and we do let the athletes know when we're recruiting them.
Yeah.
We don't want a mediocre athlete being a football and a track athlete because they're going to be mediocre in both. So we are looking, if they're going to do both, they have to be really good to help out both programs, score, be a starter or someone who's going to help out the football team. 'Cause that's going to be better for the athlete too. You don't want to have someone who's just stuck in the middle because then they're not going to succeed in either or.
Yeah.
But we do have some, and when they do come, they're very good if they do both.
Yeah. And they're rare, but they're out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll take them.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Being passionate about what you do is key as an athlete.
Yep.
So, growing up in the cities, have any connections there? Do you get some athletes from the cities area?
I keep trying.
Yeah. Okay.
At some point we will. Again, it's just think about all the schools they have to pass to get to us, and then there's tons of track schools around that area. The MIAC, so we're recruiting against them, and then the NSIC before they even get to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're gonna keep trying. I go to the state meet in Minnesota every year, so we do get a couple there. We just have to. Just keep grinding.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Yep, it will.
Is it still in Hamlin? Do they still have it at Hamlin? Or
Nope, it's actually at St. Michael, Albertville. And it's
Okay.
been there the last 5 or 6 years.
Okay. Well, that's how long I've been gone from Minnesota. It was always in Hamlin when I was there.
Yep,
Okay.
it was there, and then COVID happened, and then after that, and then it switched over there. Mankato is getting their new facility, so now they're trying to have the state meet in Mankato.
Okay.
So.
Cool. Very good.
stuff.
Well, hey, good luck, guys, on the rest of the season if we can have one here pretty quick,
you.
right?
Do we know about this weekend yet, or don't we?
We got an email that they're going to know on Wednesday.
Okay.
Sunday looks like the best day, so we might do Sunday. But honestly, we don't know because the weather keeps
Yeah.
Changing.
changing.
Well, can you preach? Because you can do the service before the track.
Right.
But I think the hammers are on Friday. I think some of the throwers are scheduled to go Friday.
Yeah, they usually do that the day before.
Yeah.
Get those marks in so it doesn't take too long for the other
Okay.
events.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that sounds great. Good luck all the way through, guys, and thank you for being here. We're going to stay with Brady here, though. We've got an enrollment thing that just keeps growing and
Thanks,
growing.
Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
It's phenomenal on where Valley City has gone in the last maybe 10 years even. I remember when we were always trying to get to that 1,000 mark. That's not that long ago either, I tell you. Anyway, another record enrollment for spring semester 2026 this year. 1,868 is what I'm showing here, highest level ever in school history. What do you attribute that to?
Yeah, so I mean, a lot goes into it. I mean, our office does a really good job. You know, we're pretty bought in what we're doing. But part of kind of what's growing it is, you know, a lot of the stuff that we're putting into the university, right? So like, you know, putting that money into the new McCarthy education department building. You know, obviously the education is like a big, it's one of our top programs, right? So showing that investment into that program, it's big. The new CFA, you know, that was December of 21, I think, when they opened that up, and, you know, that's another, it just kind of shows that we're investing in our students.
Okay.
You know, we're putting that money into our facilities to make sure that we're getting a good education to those kids. Then obviously the new athletic facility, you know, putting a lot of money into the students and making sure that, you know, we want to make sure their experience here is good. We want to make sure that they enjoy it, and just put the money into that is kind of showing that we, you know, we care. And then obviously we're also kind of expanding our recruiting. Within the past few years, we've been going in more into Montana. We're doing college fairs over in Montana, like the central and eastern side of Montana. Also heading more western South Dakota, getting more like the Rapid City, Spearfish area, and just kind of expanding our name, right? So getting people to notice that we're here and around. And I think with the new conference, that is a big help, you know, because we're playing a lot of Montana schools, and when we're going to college fairs in Montana, my first year, or I guess the first year we did it, they didn't really know because we weren't in Frontier just yet.
Right.
But after the next few years afterwards, like, oh yeah, you guys play Rocky, you guys play, you know, Montana Northern. So like, we're getting some recognition, and us being, you know, visible in that state and kind of getting more visibility, it's kind of helping with that.
You know, the number that stands out here, I look at 91% fall to spring retention rate. That's pretty impressive. With all the people jumping around, going from school to school, now with NIL and whatever. But that's pretty impressive, though.
Yeah, and I think that kind of, you know, part of the enrollment's job is to get them to come here.
Yeah.
But the retention part, that has a lot to do with our faculty and our people that work on campus. You know, I feel like, you know, I mean, I went to school here and I stayed here to work, you know, and I think that kind of goes to show the passion that people that work here have, you know, wanting to make it somewhere that they can stay and somewhere that they can see themselves flourish in life, you know. So, yeah, a lot of that goes to the people that are working with the students every single day once they're here.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, a lot of props to those guys for keeping them here and making them happy and making sure they're successful in the career path afterwards.
And still the majority in North Dakota students at Valley City, 75% is what I see here.
Yeah,
That's pretty impressive. And
Yeah.
and again, then you've got the four-state region, too, where you get a lot of your students.
Yeah, and it's, you know, kind of good. It's good to know, like, well, now that we have the new neighbor rate, so it's a new tuition rate that we started this year, where you know, any state and province, so that's Montana, South Dakota, Minnesota, and Manitoba and Saskatchewan, like they have the next best tuition rate. So like that's kind of good bringing those guys in. So I think that's kind of helping with that. You know, making it affordable is kind of the thing we want. You know, we want quality education and reasonable price. So like I feel like that's a big part of, you know, people coming in here and deciding to come.
The 1868, that's not on campus. That's just everybody that's enrolled in a VCSU class, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that number will go into a few different things. Obviously, the first year freshmen, we have graduate studies programs that'll go into grad school. We do a lot of dual credit, so a lot of local high schools, and we're kind of expanding throughout North Dakota. I'm getting more dual credit kids coming and doing that. Also includes online students, and then just some continuing education, like, you know, current teachers that are taking classes to, you know, continue their licensure and making sure they're good to go with that. Yeah. So a lot goes into that number, but I mean, it's, you know, it's a total of people that are taking classes through us.
Right. Which means they're paying money to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And that helps. One of the new things, you have a new articulation agreement with Bismarck State. What is that?
Yeah, so it's kind of like an agreement with the BSC campus where they're taking classes there. While they're finishing up their degree there, they're also taking classes through us to get their elementary education degree. I think there's also a few other classes, I think it's also history education involved with that and maybe a few other education departments. But you're essentially you're a BSc student and a VCSU student at the same time. You're taking classes there, you're taking classes through our professors as well, and then working your way towards an education degree. I think it's kind of similar to what we have at NDSU, where you're kind of a student of both.
Right.
You're learning from our teachers and their teachers, and it's a good way to continue the education side of things.
Sure. Did you have that before they became a 4-year institution, or did it just come into play?
I believe this is new. I think they just started that this year or something like that. It's relatively new. They've been working on it,
Right.
from what I've heard. But yeah, it's relatively new. Yeah.
And you have a partnership with a college out of Illinois. Was it DuPage?
Yep. College of DuPage. Yeah.
What does that entail?
It's kind of similar. I mean, so these students, they're in College of DuPage. They're there, and then because in that region there's not as many colleges available, and it's kind of expensive. So we kind of give them a reduced rate. I think it's a reduced tuition rate for those kids.
Right.
To come finish up the degree. There's a few different. It's kind of similar to the Bismarck or BSc one, where it's elementary education. I think it's history. I think it's some tech ed, some just other broad education, fields.
Sure.
But it's you go there, you're in your degree, and you're also taking classes through us. But you're essentially a DC or was it not DCB? The college Botno or not Botno?
Botno State? No.
Yeah,
Do you mean DuPage?
DuPage,
The College of DuPage.
Yeah, College of DuPage. That's the one. You're taking classes through them. I guess you're taking classes through us
Right.
at there.
Okay.
It's like I guess a 3+1
Sure.
type. So 3 years there, 1 year kind of with us to finish up that degree.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of finishing up your education degree through us.
Cool.
And if mom and dad are listening, and I'm sure they are,
They are.
currently in-state tuition for VCSU undergraduates is $6,983, and that is very reasonable in today's world.
Yeah, for sure. And that's
And that's for 30 credits, right?
you have 30 credits for the
yeah.
year.
Right.
I guess that's very affordable. Like,
Oh.
because I go to some college fairs and I'm talking to some other reps from other schools, like some private schools, and they're looking at our costs and like that's your total cost. I'm like, I didn't know it was my first time doing it, and they're like, I mean, is that super high? He's like, no, what? Like our tuition is like $30,000 for tuition. Like that's not even the total cost. I'm like, I went to school here. I didn't expect it to be that crazy, but
Right.
yeah, like it's affordable, and I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, it's just pretty cool.
Another reason why the numbers are up, because it's affordable.
Yes, and I've always had the history behind VCSU too is that they'll help you find a job.
Yes.
When you're going into a career, they're going to help you along and try to get you into that job, and that's the nice thing about VCSU too.
Yeah, and I know like a lot of them, like with education, like I know a few of my friends when I was growing up, even some of the athletes I've been coaching, it's like, they're not even graduated yet and they already have jobs lined up.
Yeah.
It's just like nice to have that sense of stability of like, once I'm done here, I have a job lined up. Like I know what I'm doing afterwards. And that's kind of goes to the, the staff and the advisors and stuff, like getting them set up for that. And I guess not just with education too, like, they're, especially if you're doing like, pre-med options, like getting them into those like med schools, getting into those other programs to continue their education. I think it's kind of a benefit of a small school like this is just, the people that you're working with, they care. They want you to be here. They want you to be successful. So it's great having them kind of walk you through the process.
Right. Yeah.
They'll help you as much as you want them to. If you want to do it on your own, it's great. But if you need some more assistance, they'll be awesome. And I feel like with some professors and certain advisors, like you can tell them like, hey, I want to try this on my own. They're like, no, I can help you. Like they're passionate about it.
Yes.
They want to make sure you're successful and they get into whatever you want to do.
Yep.
Teacher to student ratio is pretty impressive too. You don't have these big 300 student classes. It's a lot of one-on-one,
Yeah. I think
which makes it nice.
that's kind of one thing, I went, from Lisbon, I went to a smaller school. I graduated with like 45 kids. And, Valley it was bigger than what I was used to, but it wasn't like mind-boggling.
Not
like I'm not
overwhelming.
going to get scared, not going to get lost. So like getting to know your professors is big, and the
Yeah.
smaller class sizes helped me out a lot. Like, going into my history nerdness, I really enjoy it. But like,
Hey, I'm with you.
Yeah.
like one of my favorite classes, it was, very intimidating at first, but historiography. So like looking into it, when I enrolled in, I'm like, what is this? I'm so scared. What is this class going to be? But I actually really enjoyed it, like the history of history, right?
Yeah.
So like the class structure was set up differently. Like we weren't even in like a classroom. We used a conference room. We sat around the table and we just discussed the readings. Like I really enjoyed that, having that discussion and just having, like when your professor is sitting down with you and discussing it, it kind of makes you feel like you're not just a student, you're discussing like, important material.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I really enjoyed. Like one of my classes, I should say. But yeah, I feel like you don't get that with many big schools.
Yeah,
Right.
no, you don't. You
Absolutely.
don't. Well, keep doing what you're
Yeah.
doing because it's working. Whatever you're doing, it is
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right. That's right.
And you're admissions advisor. That's kind of your title here, right? Or
Admissions counselor.
Counselor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enrollments. Yeah. So I've been doing that for 3 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, it's been a fun experience, kind of giving back to the school. Like part of the reason I'm doing that is like, I had a great time here. Like I've met my wife here. I've met so many great people being involved with, and I have so many opportunities I've gotten here. So I guess part of the reason I take so much pride in both jobs that I do is it's me giving back. Like just hoping that the people I'm talking to have the same experience that I had.
Right.
Because, I wouldn't still be here if I didn't love it. And I wouldn't, still doing what I'm doing and spreading the word, enjoying my love sharing the love for this place.
And if you end up seeing a bunch of Lisbon kids here, that's probably one of the
That's
reasons
one
right
of the
there,
reasons.
right? it works, right?
Yeah, we just had a few yesterday for new student orientation, some Lisbon kids, so it's good.
That's
There you go.
awesome.
There you go.
It's always good to see some of those people listening to you. I mean, you had a great experience. You're passing it on.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about.
I think it's the least I could do.
Yeah.
Right? So
Awesome. How many years at VCSU?
Going in the fall, this is my 10th year here.
Including school?
Including school.
Yeah.
I got here in fall of 15.
Okay.
So this was the fall of 25. So this is going into my 10th year on campus.
35 more years, you catch up to
Yeah.
Dave Bass.
There we go. Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah.
Hey, that's a good goal, though.
That's a great
Yeah.
goal.
I mean, they haven't gotten rid of me yet, so maybe I'm doing something decently. I hope so.
You can stick around if you want. If you have to go, that's fine. But we're going to finish up our show today with a little Today in Sports History. You like history? Here we go. On this day, 1963.
You're hesitating.
Well, I'm just going before both of your time. Anyway, 27th U.S. Masters Tournament, 23-year-old Jack Nicklaus wins the first of his record 6 green jackets, one for every day except Sunday.
Right.
You have to wear a different one on
You
Sunday, right?
do.
With a 3-foot par putt, and those 3-footers are always tough, on the final hole to win a stroke ahead of Tony Lima, 1963. 77, MLB Toronto Blue Jays, first game. They beat Chicago 9-5. Who doesn't beat Chicago? On this day, 1979, Houston Astro Ken Forsch no-hits Atlanta 6-0, becoming, with his brother Bob Forsch, the only MLB siblings to accomplish that feat. Pretty interesting. On this day, 1984, Detroit Tiger Jack Morris no-hit Chicago.
They're great.
4-0. They have a great history, don't they? I have Jack Morris's autographed baseball, by the way. He was a Twin, had that great outing, Game 7. A lot of people won't forget that. On this day, 2003, 2003, 65th NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Syracuse beats Kansas 81-78. Orangemen win their first title. Carmelo Anthony, remember that name? Named tournament most outstanding player. Some sports birthdays quick. On this day, 1954, Tony Dorsett was born. Pro Football Hall of Fame running back, Heisman Trophy 1976. Who was that with?
Pittsburgh. University of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it was. Super Bowl in 77. Was in a bunch of Pro Bowls. Pretty good running
Had a
back.
99-yarder against the Vikings on Monday Night Football.
Yes, I do remember that.
Right up the middle and just,
Gone.
oh, there he goes.
Was that? That was.
Yeah, that was. There goes 33.
Born on this day, 1975, Tiki Barber, another running back, New York Giants, 3-time Pro Bowl. 1975, Rondé Barber was born.
The Twins.
Huh?
They're twins.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gee whiz. Oh, he was a cornerback, though, not a running back.
Right.
Yep.
Super Bowl 37 and made the Pro Bowl a few times. Tampa Bay. Okay. Let's see. Other birthdays today. Jackie Chan is 72. Russell Crowe is 62. Wayne Rogers was Trapper on MASH. Was born on this day in 1933, passed away in 2015. Great show, by the way. John Oates, Hall & Oates, 78. I told you last week those old rockers are getting older.
They're getting older.
Janice Ian, 75 today. Remember the song? At what age?
Oh, 17.
At 17.
At 17, yes.
Okay. And one more. Bobby Bear, country singer, Bobby Bear. Drop kick me, Jesus, through the goalposts of life.
That's a country title if I've ever heard one.
I don't think it gets any more country than that.
Oh, my.
Yeah, it doesn't, man. I tell you, it was divorce, drinking, and drop kicking.
Oh, man.
Put that in your annals. Drop kick me, Jesus, through the goalpost of life. That will probably be on his tombstone. You
It
know?
might be, if it isn't already. It is.
I have to check that one out.
Yeah, that's going to be on my
Do check
playlist
that-
now.
yeah, do check that one out. Yes. Joke of the day.
Our new theme song.
Yeah, definitely. I think that'd be appropriate. Let's see. Joke of the day today. I had two last week, so we're
Yeah.
going to do one more here. Here we go. I thought it was.
Uh-oh.
Nope, it's not there. Not there. It's the wrong one.
This comes from his 5 granddaughters in
five
Minot.
granddaughters in Minot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mama is a graduate of VCSU. Married another graduate of VCSU, Jake Filling. Jake was a football player here. Another spring one. What goes up when the rain comes down? What goes up when the rain comes down?
The water level?
That too.
Umbrella?
Umbrella.
Oh, really?
Yes.
We have a
Wow.
winner.
There we go.
There's that VCSU education hard
Yes.
at work right there.
Yes.
There you
go. Wow.
I
winner,
love
winner,
it.
winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Wow.
Oh, I love it. Wow. When the rain comes down, umbrellas go up. That's pretty cool. And that is it, I guess, huh?
Wow.
What a show. That's going to do it for Toast N Jam this week, presented by Valley City State University. Want to thank our coaches, Laquone Robinson and Brady Matheny. I got that right. And Paul, any closing thoughts as we get ready to go here?
Just one last thing. It's going to be very busy on campus tomorrow. Math competition, 3rd annual VCSU math competition is going to be going on over Gratian tomorrow. And so it's going to be a busy time here on campus. I wanted to say they're talking 539 students from 49 schools will be here on campus.
Wow.
What a recruiting tool.
There
You're
you
right,
go.
yeah.
They get to see all this beautiful campus. Yeah. Were you good at math?
I had to be. My
You
father
had-
was a math teacher, so I didn't have a choice in the matter.
Brady, how about you? A math top of your list? Or?
You know, I always have the joke. You know, my last name is Matheny. My favorite part about math is the first 4 letters of my last name. Other than that, you know.
I guess so. I guess it makes sense. Yeah.
funny.
Forget the history then, right?
Yeah, right.
Good thing his name's not History years.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Do want to thank our production team again, too. Austin, you do an awesome job. Just keep up the good work, even though you picked Michigan in the Final Four. Can you believe that? I guess I'm going to go to him next
Runs in the
year.
family.
Uh,
Yeah.
Right, here we go.
Okay, and how do we log on to Toast N Jam?
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the VCSU YouTube page, also toastandjam.com. And as per usual, when you go to those spots, make sure you like us and subscribe. And we'll keep doing what we're doing because we enjoy the heck out of it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
hopefully you enjoy listening to it. So again, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the VCSU YouTube page, and of course on social media we'll have clips. I'm sure we'll have a lot of clips from this conversation that people can see on the VCSU social media this week.
Yeah, they're going to have fun just watching this thing. And
Exactly.
yeah. Whew. Man.
At least you got your tongue working now by the end of the show.
Well,
You're good to go.
Oh, it finally melted.
Yeah.
I mean,
Defrosted there.
you're walking on the snow, it's still crusty. Jeez. Give me a break. It's April what?
6th, 7th.
April Fool's past.
Oh,
You're the
good.
biggest fool at last, Mother Nature.
Ooh, good.
Ouch.
Look at you.
Yeah. I'm warming up. See what happens when
Oh, the day has begun.
Oh, goodness. I'm Tim Ost for Paul McDonald, Toast and Jam, saying bye-bye for now. Have an awesome week.